Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. That's interesting. I wonder what that does. Uh-huh. Is that supposed to be different? Wow. They just added some new stuff to StreamYard. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I think I like this better though. Oh, maybe that. Yeah, I have to read about that. I don't know what that is. Boy, I tell you, one thing about software, once you get used to using the old system, they spring something new on you. All right. That's okay, but this is how we keep it fresh, right? Helen G, thank you so much for being first. I don't think we'll be here more than an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Navi D, Lydia Washington, Carolita, Simone, Peggy McKinnon, and a host of friends and others. Sonia Johnson, and let's see, Akintunde X, thank you for being here. Diane Hawkins, Lorna Murray. Okay, thank you very much. Also, you guys, if you don't mind, let's see here. Okay. All right. Very good. While you're doing your prayers, please pray for Lady D. Lady D is in need of your prayer right now. So please, Lady D hasn't been on here for some time, but please make sure you pray for her. That's Lady D, D-E-E. She requested that you all send out some prayers for her health and well-being. We would appreciate if you do that. Okay. All right. So, Lady D, we will be praying for you, and we hope that everything is well sooner rather than later. We hope that you return to good health and a good state of mind. And we are here for you, okay? All right. So don't forget, y'all, Lady D is in need of your prayers. Okay. Now, let's get on with it. I do have a few things. I was busy as a cat covering up poop. And I'm like, oh, I need to get on there. But, sometimes you just get pulled into it. especially when karma, especially when karma comes. Especially when karma comes a calling. You know what I mean? That doggone karma. Anyway, we'll get to that. Lights, camera, Meghan. With Love, Meghan is firmly ensconced in the top 10 on Netflix. That's right. It is in the top 10. Now, the last time I looked, as a matter of fact, I'm going to look right now just to see where we are. Let me go to new and popular. Yeah, so Meghan is top 5 of the top 10. She's in the 5th place of the top 10. That's here in the US. I believe she's number 4 in the United Kingdom. There's a whole list of them. And I didn't want to share all of them because I like to have everything up to date. So I don't know how everybody it must be some kind of way you can find those for each individual country, but like I said, I like to have things up to date, so I chose not to share any of those numbers from other countries. But I know here in the United States, Meghan is top 5 of the top 10, so looking good. Congratulations to the Duchess of Sussex, or as she prefers, Meghan Sussex. All right, where is our applause? There we go. All right. So take a look there. You know, I love Meghan with that yellow on. Yeah, that is for the US. Recently added. So how long has it been? Just a few days and already at top 5. Now, you guys, I don't know how true this statistic is because I haven't researched it myself, but I'm sure one of you would be glad to verify that. But they say that there are some 7,000 individual things that are streamed on Netflix. 7,000, which includes movies, TV shows, documentaries, sci-fi dramas, whatever you want to look for, they have it. Do you hear that? 7,000. And to be in the top 10 of the 7,000 things that are available on the world's largest streaming service, Netflix, is nothing short of incredible. That is a feat. So when you think about even being top 10, to be top 10 is a an accomplishment by itself. 7,000. When I heard that, I'm like, really? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't explain why every time you go to look for something, you're just like, oh, ain't nothing to watch. But there's a lot of great things on Netflix. Some things you just have to start it and watch it and, you know, take a chance, especially if you're paying for it. And I have had Netflix uninterrupted service since, I believe, 2011. Yeah, I have carried Netflix all these years, never missed a payment. But yeah, and because of the Sussexes, I suppose I'll keep it for that much longer. But I rarely ever watch it, but I have it. All right, moving on. Reality T. Meghan Markle nailed Netflix series With Love, Meghan. With Love, Meghan has finally landed on Netflix, detailing the many different sides of Meghan Markle, aka Duchess of Sussex. Spoiler alert, I love this series. There's a lot of positive reports out there. There's too many negatives, of course, to even think about, but I want to share some of these positive ones to offset the nastiness that's going on out there. With Love, Meghan, I'm sorry, unfortunately, Meghan often draws heightened criticism wherever she goes. However, her ability to create captivating content shines through in this series, making me side eye the negative reviews I kept seeing online. Sadly, keyboard warriors are who they are, so please allow me to present you with a different take. I found with Love, Meghan, nothing short of a solid time. As the rain fell outside, I peacefully binge watched all 8 episodes in one setting. My elementary age daughter joined me in my cozy bed. Rot. Let me see. And now we both need 88 additional episodes. Stat. ASAP stat. If you have yet to watch With Love, Meghan, let me explain why you might now wish you changed your mind. So, that is an honest assessment. That is obviously someone who went into it not looking for something to be hypercritical about. Meghan Markle's former lifestyle blog is a clear inspiration for Netflix series With Love, Meghan, is what this article continues to say. Before Harry came around, Meghan ran a lifestyle blog called The Tig. I followed The Tig. Ah, that explains it. Often marveling over how simple and approachable Meghan made fancy things seem. You can access the archives here as once. Oh, can you? Let me see that. Ah, yes, there is the TIG archives. Yeah, you guys, there is a such thing as the TIG archives. You know, I've seen this before, but I kind of lost track of it. But I tell you what, let me put the link up top so that you, Connie Bomber, hey Connie Bomber, so that you may have access as well. Okay, so that's the link, and then I am going to pin that link to the top of the chat for your convenience. Okay, so that way you can see some of what you missed all these years. How does that sound? They have the TIG archive. Now that's what I call doing the Lord's work. Wow. That is so cool that that's available, you know? All right, let's move on. So anyway, that is one person's opinion about it. Joan Garcia says, Baron, today I wanted to thank Netflix for With Love, Meghan. A forum asked for 3 TV show movie requests. I wrote With Love, Meghan, season 2, With Love, Meghan, season 3, and With Love, Meghan, season 4. Good for you. Thank you so much for doing that on our behalf. I guess we all should do that ourselves, shouldn't we? It wouldn't hurt. But let there please be a season 2. I kind of feel bad that it all comes out at once like that because I don't know, I would rather savor it if I could, but this is how things are done now. We stream things and we have it available the same day, and it's okay. It's okay. It's how it's done now. But it's just you have to wait so long for the next episodes. That's the part that kind of makes me feel sad, is that you have to wait and wait and wait. So, but thank you, Joan Garcia. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. And here's another one, Reality T. Oh, wait, is that the same one? Yes, it is the same article. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this is from the Medium. So that's an online publication called Reality T. This one is called Medium. I think I've shared the Medium before. Yeah, Medium. There we go. Okay, so Unstoppable. Why Meghan Markle's resilience threatens her critics. Most enraging thing about Meghan Markle isn't anything she says or does, it is that she keeps going. Her new Netflix series is courageous. I'm sorry, gorgeous. Listen to me, courageous. From a documentary and lifestyle perspective, visually rich, warm, and thoughtful, reflecting someone who sees beauty in small rituals, friendship, and everyday moments, and makes life meaningful. But this isn't just about the content. Meghan Markle is not simply a public figure, she's a lightning rod. An entire ecosystem of hate has built itself up around her. A seed of resentment grows into a full fledged industry of vitriol. The scrutiny isn't merely excessive, it's algorithmically designed to feed itself, pulling in critics from multiple worldviews, all intersecting in a toxic loop of negativity, racism, classism, and misogyny. And yet she refuses to disappear. Meghan Markle's greatest strength, she won't stop moving forward. I don't know Meghan Markle personally, but I believe she has been unfairly dissected, obsessed over, and mistreated by traditional and social media algorithms designed to reward outrage. Absolutely. Now, that really puts it in a nutshell. It really does. And this is why media literacy really should be taught in school, because there's the next generation and the next generation, one after the other, where we have people that are triggered, angry, and outraged, basically over talking points, over the reward of clickbait. And a lot of people just don't know why they don't like this person or that person, especially when it comes to women. You know, that is something in particular that is reserved for any educated, empowered woman. Um, I just don't like her. I don't know what it is about her. Well, if you don't know what it is, then stop doing it. Stop actively looking for something to be wrong. But that's not the world we live in. Um, the tabloid media, if there's anything I could say that has been done very well, I mean extremely well, um, is good old Fleet Street. That brand of journalism has circled the world and come back. That triangle of evil, um, thanks to the likes of Murdoch. You have the news in the United States, Australia, and of course the United Kingdom, where all there's this like triangle of evil, where you have these press barons going out there trying to change. Well, actually, they have changed politics, haven't they? And they've been very successful at it. And this culture war that we live in, all of that is a media construct. Will it ever end? Well, unfortunately, the Sussexes have been caught up in between this culture war. And there's quite a few people. There's quite a few people that have been pulled into the culture war. You don't have to say or anything in particular. Even if you are seen exiting a Whole Foods store, then you're considered to be a villain, right? Eating an avocado can be vilified. That's the world we live in. But um, I would just wish there was some way that you could make these people see it, if you could just demonstrate how wrong they have it about so many people. But 2025 and still people believe everything they read. They believe everything they see. It's an uphill battle, but we all have to try to educate, not change people's opinions, but just question, where did you hear that? Where did you get that from? How do you know that's accurate? That's what we need more of, is to at least ask the question, how do you know you're right about that? Where'd you get that from? So anyway, and then there's this article, With Love, Meghan offers the tonic we need. Each episode feels a bit more, feels a bit like Mr. Rogers as Meghan Markle, now Sussex, invites you into her world of sun-drenched Montecito, California. If you like, um, I'm sorry. Oh, Carlita Simone, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here today. There we go. If you, like me, are absolutely over the chaos and misery of our current political situation, allow me to present a tonic, With Love, Meghan. Rapid criticism of Meghan. Sussex's new show is everywhere, but I'm here to tell you it's a gatekeeping lie on par with the idea that this current president was a better bet than Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. Although obviously the stakes are much lower here, which is precisely why the show is a balm for what ails us. Yes, critics frothed at the mouth over Meghan Markle. Meghan Sussex is her actual name and has been since becoming the Duchess of Sussex. But in reality, she is a non offensive, kind hearted, generous person whose show is uplifting and, most importantly, calm. And that's one of the things I keep hearing from people is the calm and the music and the cinematography. I mean, there's just so much that is appealing about With Love, Meghan. And unfortunately, there are people that will be blind to it because they're just cruel and heartless. But for those of us that get it, we get it. We get it and we can enjoy it. And I'm just about certain that it will be back again for another season. How long that takes, well, we'll have to see. But I'm here for it. I was thinking today, wouldn't it be nice if they surprised us with 4 additional episodes? Like in a month, be like, oh, by the way, we were holding on to these, but now seems like a good time. So, yeah, that would be great. Okay. And here's another one. Collider with Love, Meghan is the lifestyle series we've been waiting for. And Eater, Meghan Markle's new Netflix show proves she's still an LA girl at heart. The Duchess of Sussex shares her devotion to Los Angeles roadside fruit stands, local donuts, and Korean culture. You know, that really does sum up at least 3 things that were prominent in the show was the the idea of the donuts, which Megan did make some herself, and the roadside fruit stands. And of course, we all know that the Duchess of Sussex loves a farmer's market. And of course, the Korean culture, which is something I didn't know was a thing. But of course, I don't live in LA. Now, there are a few Korean restaurants that are famous, within the local scene here, but I I don't, usually go to those. But so I guess in LA there is that huge presence from Korean Americans, and that's a good thing because like a Korean barbecue, I mean, they have some really good food. I mean, the few times I have had Korean food, it was excellent. So um, maybe that's something I'll look into is maybe shopping, or should I say dining Korean, in the near future, because it has definitely been a long time. Let's see, the Korean culture is definitely a thing here in LA. I did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah, because you don't go too many places and you hear people say, well, I'm going to Korean town. It's kind of like in other big cities, the Thai, Korean, uh, and I'm trying to think what else. They all kind of get shoved together in the Chinatown areas. And then, of course, there's the odd restaurants here and there. But yeah, I don't. We do have an area that they have tried to call Koreantown, but it's basically I don't think there's not much designation to it where most people here would even know where it is. I don't think most people would even know where it is. So, but as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I used to live around a bunch of Koreans when I lived on the other side of town. I mean, I certainly knew they were there, but anyway, um, yeah, something to check out if anybody's going to LA. Now you got something else to do. What's that? I'm half Korean. Definitely tried Korean food, Baron. I intend to. I definitely do. I can tell you, I've only had it a handful of times, if that. But yeah, I now, especially after watching the chef prepare those wings, I'm like, oh, uh, I got to do that one. Okay, and of course, here's a collage of images of what we've seen on the With Love Megan. Um, I don't know if I would try the fish. Um, I don't know. I'd have to check out that fish dish. I mean, it seems really interesting. And I've actually steamed fish before. Um, I'm gonna say the last time I cooked fish, I actually steamed it. I made a little tray out of some heavy duty aluminum foil, and well, I lined it with parchment paper and made like a little tray and steamed it like that. And oh my goodness, it was excellent, light and flaky. I'm gonna make myself hungry now. I am making myself hungry, but I tell you, I am gonna probably look for some Korean restaurant options tomorrow. And this Friday too, I'm gonna try to order early. Yeah. Or I should just go to the restaurant. We'll see. I often make crepes. Okay. I've never made them myself. I've only ever had that one crepe years ago. but I've never tried to make it myself, and I've never had them anyplace else. At least not that I can recall. Okay. Now, opinion. Meghan Markle nailed Netflix series With Love Meghan. With Love Meghan has finally landed on Netflix, detailing the many different sides of Meghan Markle, aka the Duchess of Sussex. And check this out, the Drew Barrymore show. If you look at this, after 15 hours, the Instagram shows that out of all of the things she had recently posted on her Instagram, already 1.3 million people viewed the one with Meghan there. See, Miss Meghan Sussex already has 1 million views, and it's not even 24 hours yet. This is why the Rhodas don't want her to have nice things. She draws the crowd and shows up how boring and irrelevant the heirs are. So again, that was how many views there was on the Instagram. And then I checked a little while ago and check it out. 1.2 million for that post, 2.3 for another post, and 140,000 for the last one she posted. 140,000 where they're holding a tray of cookies. So, yeah, there has been a lot of traffic going through the Instagram for Drew Barrymore's show. And most people are there looking for the Duchess of Sussex. And here's a few random posts. Okay, guys, this show is so good. And then there is enjoying the sunny day. Let me see. Oh, I can't see. Oh, that's from Daniel Martin. Oh, that was that was a post from Daniel Martin. The cake in the middle there. I'm looking at the dog. The dog is like, "What's that? What you got there?" See how the dog is like peeking around, like trying to figure out what's up with that cake. And then there's another someone. Oh yeah, that is Daniel Martin. Oh, you know what? All of these are Daniel Martin, aren't they? He reposted one there. I couldn't see him up there at the top on the left. And then the other one here is I'm seeing you shine in this special. I could feel the warmth and light you bring to work every day, and it made me so happy. All right, so those are some posts from Daniel Martin. Here are some more posts. Let me see. Okay. Roy Choi joins. Okay. Yeah, so all of these are Daniel Martin. Wow, he has become incredibly popular. I mean, he was already, popular, but this seems like probably the most exposure that he's ever had. I think so. This is going to be like the most exposure that he's ever had. I mean, there are people in God knows what 45 countries or more that are watching him in this docuseries. So very interesting. I wonder how that's going to change his life. Okay. There we go. For more recipes, fun, and reasons to check out the show, which in just 24 hours is already in the top 10. Thank you to all of you around the world who are tuning in. All right. Now, I got a few sound bites for you guys. I have more than just a couple of them today. Mindy Kaling, she was on The View. And Mindy Kaling Well, I'll let you listen to it and we'll talk about it on the other side. But okay, yeah, let me just get this going and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Don't forget how much you're behind the scenes because you're producing so much. It's amazing. But I was also excited to see you on the screen. You were on Meghan Markle's show with Love Meghan. What was that experience like?
You know, I had a great time. I noticed that whenever I do anything related to Meghan, it becomes like big news. Big news. Yeah. Big news. And selfishly,
you guys were just making cute little.
We were making sandwiches. And, then they'll push in on my face on TikTok and they'll be like, look at how this emotion you and I honestly didn't even remember it because we shot it like 9 months ago. I loved my time with Meghan. I'm also like, let her promote her show. And you're talking about running. Yeah. It was great. And it's really fascinating seeing how the reaction.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, people love beautifully. Yeah. People love to talk. And by the way, it's a beautifully made show. It's aspirational, and I loved it, and I loved you in it. But don't forget how much you're behind the scenes because you're producing.
Okay, so Mindy Kaling, she said she didn't even remember the thing about the name Sussex. She said that was 9 months ago. I hadn't even thought about it. And she says, there I am. I'm looking at this feedback where people are, going on TikTok and such, and they're getting zoomed in close to her face and, oh, look at her reaction. Look at her reaction. And she's just like, I don't even remember it. But she said anytime she does anything with Meghan, is all that people want to talk about, and she's like, okay, let her promote her show and let me promote my show. And I don't blame her for that. I don't blame her at all. She says she enjoys her time that she spends with Meghan, but it's like, I kind of, it's like a little energy that has been picked up from Harry, and now is the both of them, where okay, Harry used to think of himself as not, how do I put it? I mean, I don't want to say it where it sounds negative, but there is a reaction to all things Harry. And whereas Meghan, had been on a TV show for 7 years, she had never experienced anything like this. But now they are this power couple, this world famous power couple, and the fuss and the drama and everything that surrounds the Sussexes is just unprecedented, obviously, because I didn't see this coming. I promise you, I never saw anything like this coming. I'd be lying if I said on their wedding day that I thought it would be anything like this. How naive I was. But it's here, and Meghan has got a handle on things. And, they, like I said so many times, they were pretty much starting a new life together. Then the global pandemic, and then they had to move, and then they moved again, and on top of that, establishing a foundation and a production company. They have done some extraordinary things considering how much was against them and how many, you know, villains there are back home in the UK that have been plotting against them from day one. Um, I think they've done a great job. They have truly made a life for themselves, and I believe things can only get better at this point. But still, the excitement has not eased a bit. The amount of attention, none of it is almost like day one. It's almost like day one, except everyone has exposed their real evil side, from the royal family and the uh, royal Rhoda. There's no way they can pretend otherwise. Those are some awful people. And yet, with all of that going up against the Sussexes, they just keep winning. They just keep winning. God bless them. And you know what? We, the Sussex squad, are on the right side of history. As I have said so many times, we are on the right side of history. And I feel so privileged to go along for the ride with them and to see what is possible. I love seeing what's possible. So, okay. Yeah. They pretend they don't. They pretend they don't. Okay. All right. Let's continue here. Now, this was absolutely adorable. Meghan and the kids, Harry, Claire Wade Keller was recruited. There were like, I don't know, maybe 8 people working on these cookies. They baked enough cookies for the Drew Barrymore show, that's for certain, and probably had some left over. They actually were running a cookie factory out of the kitchen, which is so cool. It is so cute. If you haven't seen it yet, let me help you out here. Let me help you out. It is too cute. You are going to love it. Now, I changed the music because I didn't know if there was a copyright or not. So I just changed it. But it still sounds pretty cool. How cute is that? How cute is that? One more time. You know what? I just feel like it deserves applause. That was adorable. I loved it. Loved it. Yep, I love that. Those are the thumb cookies. Yeah, they're making thumb cookies. You roll the dough and then you push your thumb in the center and then you add the preserve and you bake in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes. and they're done. What could be easier than that? What can be easier than that? So I cannot wait to make it. I'm going to get my shortbread cookie mix from Meghan. I'm not going to buy it from any place else. I'm going to wait for the Duchess to make it available, and then I'm baking some cookies. Leg says Netflix did what the British royal family didn't. M is protected. Amen. Exactly. Thank you, Legs. April, May. Okay. Well, then I'm going to wait till April and May before I start another diet. But yeah, so that is the cookies right there. You just take your thumb and you press down in the center, and amazing. It just I could taste the butter. I mean, it's just like I could taste the butter and the sweet tart taste of the raspberry preserve. Ugh, so good. At least I guess I can wait for Meghan. We'll see how it goes. Kind of want to make that this weekend. Oh, got another soundbite for you. I would be so impressed if everything I need, I saved it properly for today.
Number of people that I've seen getting on this app to claim that Meghan Markle is lying about her own last name is absolutely wild. I've seen so many people, particularly white American women, claiming that Meghan Markle is either lying about her last name being Sussex or being narcissistic in claiming that her royal title is her last name. This is such a non-issue and such a gotcha moment that isn't even really a gotcha moment, because it was reported in February of 2024, February of last year, that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had changed their children's last names, legally changed their children's last names to Sussex. And it stands to reason for any person with common sense that they would change their own last names as well. Sort of like when couples divorce, a lot of times women will keep their ex-husband's last names because they want to have the same last name as their children. It makes sense that Meghan and Harry, when changing their kid's last name to Sussex, which is inspired by their royal title, would also take that last name. And it's just so interesting to me that the default assumption is that she is either lying about her own last name, which is just stupid. I mean, it's just stupid if you think that she's going to go in front of the cameras and tell the entire world that her last name is one thing when it actually isn't, or that she's being narcissistic in claiming her royal title as her last name when that's actually probably her legal last name. And don't even get me started on how many people are saying that Mindy Kaling clearly isn't really her friend. She said that in the episode, that they're not really friends, that they are email pen pals. They met on her podcast. They don't know each other. And yes, that makes for a slightly awkward episode because you can tell they're not really that close, but she made that very clear at the beginning of the episode. I've got my own critiques of Meghan's show, and maybe I'll make a video on that, but truly so many of the things that I see people attacking her for or criticizing her for or tearing her down for, particularly white American women and white men for some reason, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to me that you would rather assume that this person is lying about her own last name than consider the possibility that maybe she actually legally changed her last name.
Okay. Let me see. What is her name? Is Sally Taylor version. You can see it there a little bit. Sally _ Taylor version. And she's on TikTok. Okay. She's on TikTok. So, yeah, I think it is true. They Meghan and what's her name? They hadn't met before the what was that? The podcast, the Archetypes. Is that right? They didn't meet before the Archetypes, and that's how they kind of got to know each other. But I thought they had. Matter of fact, I'm going to say that I just saw them being very good girlfriends with each other, right? They seem very girl-friendly. And of course, they have spent time since, 9 months ago is when they filmed everything. So I'm sure they've have gotten closer since then. But anyway, she gives you a lot to think about. That's for sure. Okay. Abby Rosemary, thank you for keeping us company for a little while, and we'll see you whenever. Yeah, the thing about the name being legally changed, they are using the name Sussex as the family surname. They are using the name Sussex as the family surname. You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of women that get married and they use their husband's last name, but they don't actually legally change their last name. You know what I'm saying? But they assume their husband's last name, um, just to, you know, be connected as a family, right? So yeah, there's a lot of people that will use a surname in reference to a family, even if one child has a different last name, or if the wife has never legally changed her name, or in some cases, the gentleman um, don't want to give the kids his surname. They'd rather use the wife's surname because they don't really care for the last name or whatever. So, could be a lot of reasons, but you don't have to really legally change it. But I think because of their status as being a prince and a princess, Archie and Lily, um, it just makes things simple to use the name Sussex. And as for Meghan and Harry, they are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, just as they used to refer to Ed and Sophie as the Wessexes or the Cambridges or the Yorks, right? It's just a simplified way to address them with a surname, avoiding the use of a title. So, yeah, I don't think it's a big deal, but I agree. I don't think there was a legal name change. Upon marriage, Meghan's name is Princess of the Realm, but you know, Duchess of Sussex. Harry's first name is practically Prince, right? You almost never hear. Sometimes you almost never hear anything but Prince Harry. So it's practically his first name. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. But and even William have I remember when somebody called William Prince as though that was his first name. Do you guys remember that? Remember when that guy was submitting a bill for when he gave William that bill that time and he called him Prince? So, you know, that could happen. That could happen. Let me show you what I mean.
That's Prince. Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you mean?
See? He called him Prince. And did he answer? Yes. He know what his name is. Hey, Prince. Trenchtown needs $335 million. What do you mean? $235 million. What do you mean? I love it. I love that dress that Meghan is wearing. Very bohemian, isn't it? And yes, she does have flowers in her hair. This is a little surprise pic that Heart Mom, Kelly McGee Zafin posted. You see there it says, Meghan was determined to make cookies for the Drew Barrymore show audience and crew. So she enlisted the help of Archie, Lily, Claire Wade Keller, her Givenchy wedding dress designer, Kelly McGee Zafin, and her kids to pitch in, given the tight turnaround. So yeah, like I said, there was a whole crew of people making them cookies. And speaking of Kelly, and there's Abigail. I love these pictures of them. They I don't know, they just seem to complement each other very well when they're together. But then Meghan, wherever Meghan lands, she always compliments the group. She always fits into the group. Because she's a girl's girl, you know? She's not a mean girl. She's a girl's girl. And, you know, when she's looking out for her sisters, she looks out for her sisters. And they look out for her real friends, her real family. Oh, look at that's Guy, right? That's Guy. Look at Guy. I keep forgetting he's in this photo. Oh, Guy. And I love these photos. These are pretty cool too. Now, my friend Meghan, and my message to all those hate watching her new show just so they can snark about it. You know, she's actually talking to the other people in the British tabloid media. Now, unfortunately, but I guess they made her an offer she couldn't refuse. Bryony Gordon is friends with Harry and eventually became friends with Meghan. Harry and Bryony go back a long way. She met Meghan in 2018 before the wedding, I believe. She had actually met her. But Bryony has been a true friend to the Sussexes. As a matter of fact, she received one of the highly coveted 50 jars of preserve, but unfortunately, she left hers in the taxi. She was so tired by the time she left the stately palatial Sussex manor. She got to the airport and realized that she left it in the taxi. So there's some taxi driver out there with a numbered jar of Meghan's preserve. Yeah, I'm not saying that it has any great value. I think it does. But somebody got Bryony's jam. So I'm just saying. Is that TT Jones? Thank you so much for becoming a member of Royal Sussex. And thank you so much for being here with us. So Bryony had a thing or two to say about the show. And like I said, I got a whole bunch of sound bites for you today. What say you, Bryony?
I find it astonishing. The response, the vitriol leveled at Meghan is entirely disproportionate to who she is as a person. And, you know, like she's not Vladimir Putin. She's just a mum from California who quite likes making her own bath salts. And I think it says far more about us and the state of the world than it does about Meghan, the way that people respond.
No, that's a fair comment.
I think people have spoken about, you know, how they dislike the program, but I logged into my Netflix this morning and it was the 4th top show in the UK.
So it's doing okay.
So people are watching it,
of course they are.
and engaging with it. Some people are shocked about how she can cook and keep all the white outfit completely clean.
Especially the toddlers.
Can we also talk about, I think it's so soothing to my nervous system.
I know what you mean.
Compared to most of the stuff on Netflix, like the streamer's bread and butter is horrible true crime documentaries. Like I could waste hours of my life on that streamer reminding myself of how awful the world is and all of the women who have been murdered terribly in all these documentaries. And I, for one, love a show that is just like, it's kind of like ASMR. I find it astonishing. The response,
Okay. Sorry about that. It almost started repeating, but I don't know that I ever heard Bryony's voice before today. But yeah, she did an interview with the Sussexes in Montecito some time ago. And I'm going to say maybe a year or two ago. And as you know, in Montecito, there are no leaks. But I can safely say she is the only Daily Mail reporter that has ever been invited to the Sussex household. Although I don't know if she was at the Daily Mail at the time. I don't recall. But I think she was. Anyway, she has been very supportive. And she was actually on the Lorraine Kelly show. Yep, that's right. She was on Lorraine Kelly. So Lorraine tried to hold her contempt for Meghan as much as she could. Although I kind of think I heard her say that the show is not for me. It looks boring. I think she did say that. You know, she could not contain herself, but we'll get to the karma later. So that is Bryony. I believe that was the first time she and Meghan had ever met one another. And sorry. Pardon me. Oh, Lord, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right. I just, multitask. All right. I need to open up. Okay. I usually keep another channel so I can see what you are seeing as well as what I'm looking at. So unfortunately, I just closed it. All right. Got it back open again. Now, what was I trying to do? Oh, I know. All right. I got a million screens open right now. But all right. So the article, believe it or not, the article that she wrote in the Daily Fail is behind a paywall. Anything that they think that is something positive for Harry and Meghan that we might want to see, they put it behind a paywall. They're actually trying to trick people into starting a paid subscription to the Daily Mail. So certain things in the future are going to be on the other side of the paywall, and you're not welcome to see it unless you pay for it, which means I ain't paying. I had to use other means to get this article, but I'm certainly not going to pay for it. Anyway, way back in 2018, the woman then known as Meghan Markle sent me a handwritten note This is Bryony Taylor. She sent me a handwritten note saying how nice it had been to have lunch together a few weeks before. I was delighted by the politeness of this gesture. How often do you receive such a note in this digital day and age? Not to mention stunned by the neatness of her penmanship, which put my own to shame. Anyway, whenever anyone asks what Meghan is really like, and such is the fascination with the 43-year-old and her husband, this happens quite often. I always say, well, she's the kind of person who writes you a handwritten note after taking you out for lunch. It's not always what people want to hear. I can just tell them they've waited for some big reveal, a juicy tidbit that they might be able to pass on down the pub later, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Sometimes sometimes I vary my reply. Well, she's the kind of woman who gives you jam. I got a jar when I visited her in Montecito in 2023, but in a jet lag stupor, I left it in the back of my taxi back to LA. Or she's the kind of woman who texts you to check you're okay when she hears you've been mercilessly body shamed by trolls on the internet. As happened to me. Well, Bryony, as you can see, she has lost a great deal of weight, but she's a larger person, and she has been body shamed. And Meghan has reached out when she noticed that she may have felt hurt or whatever. She reached out to her. What does it say about the world that so many people seem to be turned into sneering, nasty know-it-alls when it comes to Meghan? Nothing good, that's for sure. Hark at the people hate watching her new Netflix show so they can bond in snark over her love hostessing, as if having people around for a picnic is the worst way to spend your time, than complaining about someone you don't know with strangers on X. I am always amazed by the vitriol spewed at Meghan, vitriol that might well be warranted for, say, Vladimir Putin, but which seems curious when applied to a mother from California, a mother of two from California, who enjoys nothing more sinister than making her own bath salts. I first met Meghan in February of 2018 when I hosted a panel at the Royal Foundation Forum. It was the first time that she had been seen with Harry, William, and Catherine, and the event generated plenty of headlines. I think you all remember that one. I had been working with the two princes and the Duchess of Cambridge on the mental health campaign Heads Together for a couple of years, and had interviewed Harry on my podcast about mental health after his mother's death. So it was lovely to see how happy Meghan made him. Shortly after, Meghan and I had lunch at a central London restaurant, and after their wedding, I accompanied her on several visits to women's charities to write about the work they were doing. I spent time with her at Frogmore and was with her on the day almost 5 years ago when she took her freedom flight to Canada. In January 2023, I visited Harry and Meghan at home in Montecito, where we drank tea and Terramik lattes and spent time with Archie and Lilibet. I've said this before, and I no doubt will say it again. To me, and so many other people who know them, Meghan and Harry are two quite ordinary people in an absolutely extraordinary situation. But I'm so glad Meghan has stuck to her guns and focused on doing what she loves. This lifestyle content in the style of her own blog, The Tig, as ever. And this isn't an international pun on her brand. The scathing response to the show in some quarters seemed entirely disproportionate to the subject of the series itself. I found it soothing to my soul in the way that is not usually the case with content produced by Netflix. Real life crime documentaries are the streamer's bread and butter. You can waste literally months of your life being reminded how unremittingly awful the world is by watching any of its endless series of murdered American women and girls such as Gabby Petito, Lacey Peterson, and John Benet Ramsey. Once you're done with those, how about Hell Camp, Teen Nightmare, Worst Ex Ever, or Dancing for the Devil? The 7-minute TikTok call. Is it any wonder then why so many women on social media are celebrating Meghan's Pilates cleanser of a series, one that with his mountain hikes and uplifting Motown music doesn't leave you feeling like a nervous system is on fire? Do you know what I love most about this show? That it's so absolutely unapologetically her. Beautiful cursive handwriting and all. She's doing what makes her happy. And there really is no better way to make a mockery of the haters than that. I'm pretty sure Meghan has spent enough time up close to British culture to know that a lifestyle series of this type would open her up to exactly the kind of cynical criticism that she's receiving now. It's a credit to her that she went ahead and made one anyway, and that she had a gorgeous time doing it, sprinkling decorative flowers on all the hate. Gosh, it isn't depressing to see a woman in her happy place seems to be so triggering to some people. It's sad, though, not unsurprising, that the world is so toxic, so very, very damaged. A mom having a nice time with her beehive draws so much venom. Let me see. It's interesting that the David Beckham, Pedro Pascal, and Paul Mescal don their beekeeping suits. We all swoon at what men of nature they are. When Meghan does it, the internet cries, "She's tone deaf." Still at the end, who's having the last laugh? Not the people frothing in rage that this is the worst TV show ever made. What's even worse is it's a royal knockout, which brings me back to the phenomenon of hate watching shows so you can snark about it online. It is this, not someone making a balloon arch or ladybirds out of cherry tomatoes, that makes me despair of the world. The irony that the show about creating little moments of love has met with so much hate will not be on its creators. If anything, the bitchy reaction tells us just why we need more shows like this, where people hang out with their friends in a nice kitchen doing things they enjoy instead of poring over all the things they loathe. And finally, it says, and if you don't like it, you can always switch off. Then do something better with your time. May I suggest making ladybirds out of crudites? Just a thought. So that was what she wrote in the Daily Mail. And I do believe when she was speaking on the Lorraine show that she was really speaking to an audience of her peers, the other writers and so-called journalists that have nothing good to say about Meghan. I mean, let me keep going. Anyway, thank you, Bryony Gordon. Oh, she's only 1 year older than Meghan? I did not know that. So, breakfast TV legend Lorraine Kelly. As you can see, she's holding her face. What happened to her face? Let me stop. But what happened to her face? Well, she claimed that she walked into something. That's what she said, that she walked into something, that she had an accident. And it's a whopper of an accident. I mean, Lorraine Kelly reveals truth behind her swollen face live on Loose Women after being asked if she had fillers or an allergic reaction by panicked fans. I mean, she was already a rough-looking broad before. But look at her now. She looks like she's been in a barroom brawl. And maybe this was something that just happened, or maybe it was the ancestors. I don't know. But maybe it was the ancestors, you know, or maybe one of the ancestors knew what she was about to say and just took a good look at her and I don't know, just said
Hey girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
well, I'm pretty sure after that she sat down. She had no choice but to sit down. Either she sat down or she got knocked down, but either way, she ended up holding her face. You see, one by one, they all crumble, don't they? One by one, they all crumble. They all come tumbling down. No matter how clever they think they are, their vicious nature seems to be rewarded by walking into something, falling off of something, losing their jobs, you name it. Broadcast legend, I don't know about that. I mean, I would say Oprah or Barbara Walters or somebody like that is a legend. But outside of the UK, I don't think anybody's ever heard of Lorraine Kelly. We only know of her because, you know, she's always trashing the Duchess of Sussex as much as she can. She says, "Oh, my slippers are too big and I fell over and fell into a rhino." She fell into a rhino? She continued, "Oh, I thought it'd be fine, but I woke up this morning with the biggest shiner." This big black eye. Lorraine explains that a lot of lovely viewers asked if she had allergies or confirmed that it wasn't the case. And she also addressed the speculation around her facial injectables adding, "I have no fillers." And then, of course, earlier in the day, Lorraine joined Ed Balls. Oh my gosh. and Suanna Reid on the Good Morning Britain to tell viewers about what was coming up on her program. Lorraine looked ultra stylish in a plunging low-cut, maxi dress. She styled her brunette locks in her classic loose waves and opted for glamorous makeup. But how do you just walk into where does one find a rhino to walk into? You walked into a rhino? I guess you have to say, she gets points for originality. Oh, I walked into a rhino. I was minding my own business, and all of a sudden, don't you know, I walked into a rhino. Let me see. And you know what? How old is she? I think she's 58? No. I forget. I don't see it here. Okay, she's 65. She's 65. Wow. Yeah, she's sick. Connie Bowman says she's 109. Let me see. Yeah, well, she's 65, they say. But anyway, what a bizarre. Let me see here. Joanna Hong says, is filler gone bad on her face? Didn't Michael Jackson make a song? 'Cause this is filler night. You walk into a rhino and it looks just like a fight. 'Cause this is filler night. Yeah, I think that was a Michael Jackson song, Filler. Yeah, 'cause this is filler, silicone. Well, I walked into a rhino. I'm still trying to figure out how many rhinos are there in the United Kingdom. Not counting, of course, Robert Jobson. So, yeah. Did anybody get the license of that rhino that struck her? Oh, well. Well, you know what? She'll fit in perfectly because, I mean, to tell you, everybody on Loose Women, they all wear those long bangs, or what do you guys call it in the UK? Fringe. They all wear those loose fringe. It seemed like they could just take their wigs off and swap them with each other. Because, everybody's wearing a wig, right? Those are wigs. That's not their hair. You got, let me see. The only one I know by name is Janet Street Walker, Street Porter. Is it Walker or Porter? Yeah, Janet Street Walker. That's the only one that I know. But anyway, they're awful. They are just awful, awful people. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Joanna Hahn. They are just awful. And see, this is what they look like before hair and makeup. Before they do their makeup, this is what they look like. This is before, after. Before, after. Isn't that something? It's almost like they remind me of the Gruesomes that used to live next door to Fred Flintstone. And then, of course, I love the Queen. I love the Queen. I love the Queen. Yeah, well, I just don't get it. I don't get it, and Stacey Solomon doesn't get it either. Nobody gets it. I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what?
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals?
I love
or
the
as
Queen.
like Kim Kardashian? Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, yeah, to me, that's all they are.
The Queen
is their celebrity.
For me, is brilliant.
I love the
what?
Queen.
For duty, responsibility.
She's always
figurehead.
worked really hard,
But
hasn't
I would
she?
work hard if the whole country paid for me to have like 12 houses and work really hard.
They don't pay for all of the houses, but
Just a few.
I love the Queen. I love the Queen. She has no lips. You notice that? She has no lips. She just has that little line that opens up and then all kind of nonsense comes pouring out of her face. Now, you guys, don't cuss me out. Listen. Good Morning Britain. Of course, they had to find a black reporter, right? They found a black reporter to go and talk to an old, bitter white man who's from the United Kingdom, who used to write for the Mirror and some other rag. And it just goes to show you how biased they are and how things are so stacked up against Meghan, how things are so stacked up. They wanted to make sure that WithLoveMeghan was so poorly received and that Meghan is so vilified. Let me do this. I love the Queen. Let me do this, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Oh, wait, my phone is okay. I love the Queen. Well, I would work hard too if the whole country paid me. Uh-oh. Oh, you guys, I was doing so good today. I cannot find it. Thank you so much, AM, for the Cash App. I just received the Cash App. Thank you very much. Anyway, I don't know what I did with that particular link, but I'll just tell you. Oh my goodness, I got to plug my phone in. The guy in the red hat, we've heard from him before. Remember a long time ago, they had to find a neighbor of Meghan's. Now, they said he was a neighbor, right? And they also mentioned the fact that he used to write for the tabloids. And he says, hold on, I got to plug my phone in. Okay, phone is charging. Well, anyway, he claims that he likes Harry, right? But he's never met Meghan. He says Meghan brings nothing to the community, that she does nothing for the community, and she doesn't bring anything to the community. And the black guy was asking, I mean, if you're a reporter and you're supposedly finding a random neighbor, which, by the way, I don't believe this guy lives anywhere near Harry and Meghan, but he's supposed to be just a random neighbor. Why would you start with him? What is the population of Montecito? Is it like 40,000 or something like that? Why do they keep going to this guy? Why do you keep going to him to ask his biased opinion? He used to write about the royal family. What are the chances that he's going to give you any type of unbiased, unsolicited response? None. Everything about him is contempt for Meghan. I like Harry. And then he says, oh, well, I think they would take him back, but I don't think they would take her back. There's other neighbors. I'm sure there are other people they could talk to, but they deliberately go to this old, sour, crusty, bitter old man every single time. So anyway, that's what I was going to share with you. But no matter, I cannot find it. Maybe it's a good thing. I mean, nothing can bother me today. I've seen Lorraine Kelly. I see Lorraine Kelly's face. I don't think it gets any better than that. I'm good. Nothing can hurt me. I'm happy. I'm just, I'm glad it wasn't more serious, of course. But yeah, I'm good. That'll hold me for now. Yeah, Mary H, he is being paid. I really do believe that. And of course, they brought this black reporter all the way over to Montecito to find a non-random residence of Montecito just so that he could say, I've seen Harry riding his bike. I've never seen Meghan. She doesn't contribute anything to the community. And that was it. So, yeah, it's awful. But what can I say? Let me see here. Well, I'm going to go on. And here are some of the responses that they received. I wonder how much they paid him. There you go. To sell his soul. He also looks like a typical MAGA deranger. Another person said he used to work for the British tabloids. Totally unbiased then. Roll eyes. That man seems bitter. If he wants a strong sense of community, he should consider moving to a luxury building with plenty of amenities. What is wrong with Big Back Fred? What is wrong with Big Back Fred? So disgusting. Go back to Salty Island, you menace. Go track down Andrew. This man is mad because he didn't get any on Meghan's cooking, good cooking. He didn't get any, whatever. How much did they pay you, this clown? How much did they pay this clown, rather? But Big Back Fred. Woo! Big back Fred. Lord have mercy. Big back Fred. That's a new one. It's a good one too. Big back Fred. Woo! Big back Fred. I love it. Now that gave me my life. Seriously, that gave me my life. Oh well. Well, I can't find the sound for Big Back Fred. Oh, Stephen Black, thank you so much for being here. Of course, he's wearing a red cap. Of course he is. Of course he is. I hate the fact that they send a black reporter to go and talk to the crusty old Big Back Fred, who, like it or not, that is his name now. They found a black reporter to go talk to Big Back Fred about a neighbor that he hasn't met, that he doesn't know, who has never done anything to him. That is shameful. Big Back Fred. I don't know what I did with it. I did not save it. That's what it is. I did not save it. Oh, well, I'll try to come back to it. Anyway, the guy with the flower on his lapel, he supposedly did some PR work for Princess Diana. That's what they said. And, you know, he was supposed to bring some balance to the report, but it wasn't much balance because he didn't have as much time to talk. They let the old crusty man, Big Back Fred, go on, but he didn't have as much airtime. But they did have him at the end. And basically what he said was he addressed all of the stuff that they were saying about Meghan not having a smooth start and, you know, that kind of stuff. And he was saying, in comparison to what? You know, what are you comparing her show to? Or not her show, but her making of the show, her pursuit of her copy or patents or copyrights or whatever. What are you comparing it to? Compared to what? Which is a good question, because there's not many people in this world, if any, that's in the unique situation that Meghan is in. And it is unique. It is very different compared to just about anybody, because, I mean, there are people who have their haters, but there are not so many people in this world that have the whole of the British media, the royal family, the MAGA and the Brexit people wishing you doom and gloom every day of the week. I don't think that exists for anybody else but Meghan. And in spite of it all, she just keeps rolling. She keeps doing her thing. So Big Back Fred be damned. Oh, Lord. I tell you, as I live and breathe, Big Back Fred. That's a good one. All right, let me continue here. So there's another sketch artist. Unfortunately, I did not save her name, but I love what she's created here. she has Meghan with the apron and the basket from the garden. And anyway, I think it's kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute. But yeah, I promise next time. Well, anyway, I like the other one better. You know, the one Noyes is her name, because this person, she has too much of the other family members. Although she does good work, but she has too much of those other family members, and I don't care for that. But oh, all right. Okay, that's how I do that. I'm sorry. You know me, I never give up. Let me see if I can make this happen. I almost never give up. Hold on a second. Oh, by the way, there's over 1,000 people. Please make sure you hit the like button. Good morning, Britain. Yeah, please make sure you hit the like button.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
I'm trying to fan Big Back Fred. Oh, okay. Come on, Big Back, where are you? Woo! Paging Big Back Fred. Can you come to the customer service counter? Big Back Fred, please come to the customer service counter. Ooh. Okay, I give up. I cannot find it. I'll try again later. Well, you know what? It might be a very old video. Maybe that's what it is. No. It's new. It's new because they mentioned Meghan's show. But I know I've seen Big Back Fred before. Oh well. All right. Sorry, you guys. Let's continue. Now, the Buyer Blue Carbon Steel Crepe Kit by Bone Maman, 9.5 inch. As you can see, that is the pan that Meghan used to make the crepes. I believe that is the pan. And it's only at Williams Sonoma. So if you're interested in that particular pan to make your crepes, I believe that is the one right there. It was not a very large pan. And when they make them on the, at those on the street, at those kiosks, they use a big flat griddle with like a big spatula. So that is how they make them on the street. So just in case you're interested. But if you have a large pan, and the sides of it is kind of low, or if you have a griddle, you should be fine should you decide to make one. Or you can try to flip it. Now, there's this. I will never be over this moment. Never. Oh, actually, that's not just sound. That is a video. I believe it's a video. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yes, it is a video. Yeah, it's very short, but let me grab it anyway. It is very, very short. Not a long video. Did I save that one? Oh, okay, I see where it is. Now, I didn't use the young lady's name because you know how shady some people are, and I did not want I didn't want to send people to her web page, you know, the derangers, which are really are not people, they're derangers. But yeah, I didn't want to do that, so that's why I didn't use the name. Okay, here goes. It's coming up. Yep, it's coming up faster than you could say Big Bang Parade. Oh, oh, there you go. There you go. That was all it was. That was all it was. She said she'll never forget this moment. I have some more stuff from the party that I'm going to share with you too. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. Oh, don't worry about the video. Big Back Fred is like a cicada. He comes up out of the ground and makes noise about Meghan. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He kind of looks like a cicada too. Thank you for that. Thank you for that reminder. Okay, so you guys, Tiffany took a picture. She was sipping some champagne while watching With Love Meghan. And you know what? I did not see these at first. I don't know how I missed it. But did you guys know that Tiffany was at the viewing party? Did you all know that Tiffany was at the viewing party? Because I didn't know it. I had no idea. But she was there. You see over there behind Meghan, right? And then also on the right side, there she is standing right there with her. Does she get on the plane with her champagne? Did they let her fly like that? But I don't know. Maybe because it's her. That yeah, Tiffany is everywhere. Tiffany is everywhere. She just, she's everywhere. Yeah, I would say she's everywhere. She's her own world. She's in her own world. She um sets the pace for everything that happens around her. Yes, she does. She is the one who sets the pace. But yeah. Now, the first time I ever saw Tiffany was while watching Tina and Michelle. And it seems like since that time, she just keeps popping up over and over again. She's everywhere. So, okay. Yeah, I like those glasses. It's just the right amount of bling. And I think that I don't know, she was there at the Drew Barrymore, but I guess maybe I dozed off. Maybe I dozed off. But how does she make cookies? How does she make cookies and sip champagne at the same time? I don't know. I don't know how she does it, but she can actually sip coffee, sip sip champagne, and make thumb cookies. That is extraordinary. And that she's never caught pneumonia is also amazing. I would have thought by now she would have caught walking pneumonia, but no, she seems to be of good health. You know, in spite of the fact that she goes about with her woohoos out like that. So, but good for her. You know, if you can get away with it, why not? Yeah, she's got skills, TMCD. Oh, how sweet is this? Okay, but Meghan Markle goes above and beyond for her fans. She literally gave someone a letter and present when she met them with an angel. Okay, I'm not sure what that means with an angel. But yeah, that you can see Meghan's handwriting. You can see the Tignanano or Tignalo, you know, that wine that she likes. You can see the bottle is right there. So yeah, I guess Meghan brought gifts. Well, I guess she brought gifts. It wouldn't be Meghan if she didn't bring gifts, right? Right. It would not be Meghan if she did not bring gifts. So, all right. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, got it. I'll show you guys later though. Now right here, as someone who eats plantain chips religiously, screams in Latina, I can tell you that Meghan peels and chops them like a pro. It's a skill work that takes time to master, even for many Latinos. But yeah, apparently Meghan did a good job making those plantains, according to this gentleman up there at the top. And then take a look on the left for those saying Meghan Markle's new show is out of touch. Here is me with Meghan in 2014. I was an editor at Oprah magazine. She was a rising actress in a show called Suits, who was pitching ideas for her blog, The Tig. It was all about delicious food and exotic travels and beautiful objects. And at the top, the person who reposted it says, she's not new to this, she's true to this, and there are receipts and witnesses. Hello, there are receipts and witnesses. And over here on the right side, it says, it's been a long time since the new series had so completely captivated me. More, please. If you're having guests and treating them like they are important to you, be they overnight or dinner guests or friends for lunch, With Love Meghan is for you / us. Okay. Do you guys remember this from Drew Barrymore? Do you see how Meghan covered her face when Drew Barrymore said something about they say that you and Harry, and Meghan said, I know what you're gonna say. I am so glad. I'm so glad that Meghan was having fun and enjoying herself. I really am. It's worth the wait to see Meghan on a talk show and just being herself. It is worth the wait. Oh, some good news. Honored to receive the Forbes Women's Africa Lifetime Achievement Award. Many thanks to Forbes Africa for this great recognition at a Forbes Africa Leading Women Summit. I was sad not to be there in person. It's wonderful that this is happening also during Women's History Month. We stand on the shoulders of those greats who came before us, but also on the fantastic younger women coming after. Congratulations to fellow awardees, especially my younger sister. Here is to every hardworking and achieving African woman. That is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. You may remember her from the trip to Nigeria. She is, oh gosh, what is her? She's with the United Nations, right? World Bank. Oh, I forgot her title. I'm so embarrassed. But I think she's with the World Bank or something like that. But anyway, very nice, very gracious woman, very, very well educated. Prince William criticized for his bad attempt at speaking Welsh. Yeah. They socked it to him. It did not go down well. It did not go down well at all.
He's made a speech in it's made part of a story about Prince William. He's made a speech he's made part of a speech in Welsh. He recorded a video to mark St David's Day. Before I ask you about this, let's just have a listen to what he said.
Hello. Heddiw, a Steve Goel Dawi, rydym yn dod at ein gilydd I ddathlu Cymru, ei hanes, ei diwylliant a'i phobl anhygoel. O'i golygfeydd anhygoel i'r iaith, mae Cymru'n parhau I ysbrydoli.
Well, first of all, what was he saying, Rob?
He was saying happy St David's Day to people. He was saying that today we celebrate everything magical about Wales, which, as someone who gets a little bit annoyed when people kind of describe Wales as a folk museum, I found that a little bit frustrating. But it was a nice kind of general St David's Day message, as you'd expect from any leader.
What then is the criticism?
So the criticism comes from Dr. Dylan Foster Evans, who is the head of Welsh at Cardiff University, and he was criticising the Prince because the Welsh was actually quite halting. It wasn't exactly fluent in its delivery. First thing to say is Welsh. I'm someone who's a first language English speaker. Welsh can be a challenging language to learn. It's a great language to learn, but I think the criticism comes because obviously he was named the Prince of Wales. Like, people in Wales don't get any choice in that. There's a lot of historical baggage that comes with that title, especially here in Wales.
Yeah, I'm over it. If you ask me, William sounded like his tongue was too big for his mouth, didn't it? It sounded like his tongue was too big for his mouth. Now, I've heard people speak Welsh before, but William sounded like he had like his tongue is twice as large as it should be. I don't know if that's because of all those pulled pork sandwiches or what. He didn't even use a Welsh language professor. He's actually been using Duolingo. He's been using Duolingo. He's taken a shortcut. And trust me when I say this, he did not deliver that speech straight on. What he did was cut, edit until they had what they needed. He gave that little speech, that little video he made, a word or two at a time. That's why it sounded like his tongue was too big for his mouth. That, and he does not speak Welsh. Okay. Now, this is William trying to be relatable. If you ask me, it seems like somebody who needs to be in a padded cell. This is him trying to be relatable. They take all of these pictures, and whatever he does, he reminds me of Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Here's Johnny. How many different faces can one person make during a royal visit? He's got his legs crossed. He got his hands. He's doing the jazz hand. Now he's I think that he deliberately does this so that it will look good in print or online or whatever. I think that he and Kate exaggerate their gestures. Either that or they're just a couple of phonies. But I guess they told him, try to be more relatable, and he comes off looking like some kind of escaped criminal. He looked like someone who escaped an institution for the criminally insane. That's scary. That is scary. If he was my neighbor, I would tell the kids, don't go down by that house. I don't like those people. Oh, and look at this, you guys. They are trying to get everybody all worked up for Kate's trip to the Commonwealth Day. Princess Kate is set to make a glamorous return to the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey after missing last year due to her cancer battle or whatever it was. Here are some of our favorite looks from the past years. The electric blue dress, right? That year she came pretending to be a bedspread or lampshade. I'm not sure exactly what she was, but it I know that the lining of the hat and beneath the brim of the hat looks just like the pattern on her dress. And then there's the Sergeant Pepper red dress, and then her usual maroon, right? They're trying to gaslight people into believing that Kate is such a fashion-forward individual, that she is one of the best things that have ever happened to fashion all over the world, all over Europe, all over Britain. Kate's top looks of 2022. Can you say dowdy? Frumpy? And even the black and white dress, see the one where it looks like she has a bandage going across her chest? I think that is the last time that we'll ever see Kate's arms in life. That's the last time Kate's ever going to bare her arms to the world. Yeah. I don't know what happened to her arms, but it does not suit her. That's why when she wore that white dress, she wore those long black gloves. I think she was trying to hide those arms. And let us not forget when she went up to Scotland that time with that, oh gosh, what is that coat that she wears, the coat dress? And the imitation of the Jolly Green Giant Ho, 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 green giant. Ho, 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 green giant. I mean, I hate to say it. But you see, they say that fashion is something that you buy, but taste, when it comes to having good taste, you either have it or you don't. She does not. She never has, and she never will. I think that here we go.
In a Valentino white. Compare, I hate to do this, but compare Meghan in a Valentino white, absolutely wowing the crowds, and dear Kate in that very staid 1940s Amelia Wickstead coat.
Oh, you were really winding me up now. Yeah.
Well, I knew that would upset you, Richard, because I know you're more of a Middleton kind of girl and you like the sort of twin set and pearls 50s look. But all I'm saying is, who's speaking to the future generations, the younger generations? It's Meghan.
Yeah, there you go. That's who's speaking to the younger generation. It's Meghan. And you know what? It's been like that for a long time. A very long time. Poor Kate. She don't get it. There it is. That was 2023 when she looked like a bedroom set. It kind of looked like she had the princess that can do anything. I remember when they said, after she did that piano imitation thing, they said, is there anything that Kate can't do? The princess that can do anything. That's what one of the derangers said. And I don't know what it is about those khaki pants that she has on. Why does it seem like she have them on backwards? Why does it seem like every time she wears pants, it looks like they're on backwards? I don't get that. Duchess of Drab. It's a mystery of the cosmos. How does a beautiful woman make designer outfits look so frumpy? Now, see, that's when they were honest. That was from Sarah Vine, of all people. That was when they were honest back in 2016, before they started going after Meghan. They used to tell the truth. I'm not saying anything right now that the Royal Rota and their invisible contract, I'm not saying anything that they haven't said already. They would always drag her for being boring and frumpy. And they're trying to get everybody excited about the Commonwealth Day. Yeah. Lampshade, curtain, bedspread. She's got it covered. What in the world of lampshade dresses is this, proving heirloom was never her friend? You know, I saved this for just such an occasion. Anytime they try to convince us that Kate is this incredibly fashionable person, I start pulling out my receipts. And look, she wore it another time right there. Oh, actually, that is, you see there, when Camilla wears that royal blue, Kate is not allowed to wear it. So Kate thought that she was going to upstage Camilla and be the talk of the town with this weird pattern that she's wearing. And of course, right after the Queen died, all Kate could think about was one down, one to go. One down, one to go. That was all she could think about. One down, one to go. What about this one? The princess that can do anything. Yeah. The princess that can do anything. It makes me excited to see what she's going to wear to the Westminster Abbey. Yeah, the princess that can do anything. She's capable of anything. And I wonder what kind of hat is she going to wear? Is she's going to channel Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies? Jet! 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 That's what Granny said all the time on Beverly Hillbillies. She was always yelling, Jet! Okay, you guys, that's it. I am done. If you want to see that, remember I was looking for that soundbite. If you want to see it, I'm going to play that one very soon. I got it ready now. Or should I say, I found it. I found it. Okay, 34. But anyway, I am done. So I will see you all next time. If you got to get to work and start your day or go to school, or if you're, you know, if you're about to go to bed, all right. Okay, here goes.
Well, I've watched the first 2 episodes and I'm
Oh, that's
some
not
of
it.
Hollywood's biggest stars live in this neighborhood, and I've come to meet one man to find out what life is really like here. Harry and Meghan live close by and are one of Richard's famous neighbors.
Welcome to Water City.
This has been his home for the last 18 years.
The average median price for a house here is $8 million.
$8 million?
Yes.
Do you see Harry and Meghan often?
Mostly him when he's on his bicycle, pedaling whatever. He has 2 or 3 Range Rovers following him with his security men. And I've only seen Meghan a couple of times, one at the farmer's market on Coast Village Road and at the Polo Club, where I'm a long-time member.
And how do your neighbors around here view the Duchess?
Well, you don't really see her. I don't think they view her at all. I mean, she's added nothing to the neighborhood. And I don't know. I don't know her. I've never seen her. But I find...
Now, did you hear him just say that he saw her at the farmer's market? He saw her at the Polo Club, which he's been a long-term member. And now he just said, I don't see her. I've never seen her. Now, which is it? You have seen her or you haven't seen her? Did you hear that? First, he said that he mostly sees Harry, right? Meaning that he's seen her before. And then he said he saw her at the Polo Club and at the farmer's market, right? And then all of a sudden, he just said, I've never seen her. I've never seen her. Well, which is it? Which is it? Have you seen her or have you not?
Him very charming. And I think that many people I know in England, having covered nothing to the neighborhood, and I don't know her. I've never seen her. But I find him very charming. And I think that many people I know in England, having covered the royal family for the Mirror and the Mail back in the 70s, I know that many people would like to have him back. I'm not so sure how many people would like to have her back. And I think that might be a stumbling block for the future.
Why do you think people dislike her so much?
Maybe it's perceived as that she took away the Prince Charming, like Wallace Simpson did back in 36 when she took away Edward.
It is here in her community where the Duchess of Sussex filmed her new cooking and lifestyle show, WithLoveMeghan, which is already dividing critics.
This is really the image
that she actually is or the image she wants to portray.
She's not expecting everyone to like her. And the positioning of this brand is not royal first, it's Meghan first. Who is she?
Mike is a PR expert who provided media training to Meghan's late mother-in-law, Princess Diana.
There are people who don't like that Meghan is Black and within the royal family. And for anyone that says that she's had too many starts and stops and her brand is a mess, what are you talking about? Based on what? Based on being a person who was an actress who fell in love and then had the pressures? Let's talk about the pressures and the stress that this family unit has been in since they came to this country.
Some of Hollywood's biggest stars live in this neighborhood, and I've come to meet one.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you earlier. The one who said, you know, the one with the flower on his lapel, he's the one who said, compared to what? People seem to be so preoccupied. Oh, this is the make or break. Too many stops and starts. She doesn't seem to do this. She doesn't seem to know that. They have built a life from scratch, the two of them. Now, that being said, in all fairness, they started off with the advantage of fame and fortune. They had plenty money starting out. Meghan had the money she earned as an actress, and Harry had the money that his mother left him. Okay? So they did not start off poor, but their name recognition is at the top of the charts. So let's get that straight. But at the same time, there is a standing army of people out there who are doing everything that they can. They have decided to lie, cheat, and steal to try and convince the world that these two people, Harry and Meghan, are unworthy to love. They should never be employed. They have tried to prevent them from earning a living. They have tried to prevent them from making friends. And they just make up stuff constantly, making up lie after lie after lie. So I agree with the man on the right side when he says, in comparison to what? What are we trying to compare them to? Who are we trying to compare Meghan to? Her situation is singular and very unique. And that has made some people very happy and has made some people very sad, very angry, and very bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter. But at the end of the day, love wins. The truth will prevail and love wins. So those who are so angry and bitter and so hostile, they need to go and try to find someone to love. They need to go find a love of their own. The Daily Mail is full of these bitter, middle-aged, or elderly white women who have such a hostile disposition toward women of color, and in particular, Meghan. But it's something about the right wing, the right wingers, the conservative, hateful right wingers, the Brexit people, the MAGA people. It seems like it's their duty to challenge Black women, to go after Black women. And I think that's born out of fear. I think it really is born out of fear. But where that fear comes from and why, that's up for debate. But it is a very real thing. And we have seen it played out again and again. So anyway, the guy with the red hat does not have any consistency in his argument about whether or not Harry and Meghan are worthy to be there. He doesn't know them. He doesn't know anything about them. He has seen Meghan. He hasn't seen Meghan. He's never met her. And of course, he never met her. Okay, so I'm through, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you very much. Yeah, old Big Back Fred. Oh, man. And he sounds so pompous and arrogant. I've been living here for 18 years. You barely been living there. Caroline Teal, it's been a while. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm going to try to come on earlier this week. I did my best today, but it was just so much. And I don't know, sometimes I could, but then I'm like, let me just look at one more thing. So I spend a lot of time reading and researching and that kind of stuff. And next thing you know, it's late. But I do put a lot of work into it because I do enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. Let's watch that video again. Want to? Let's watch that video. Let me see. Where is that video? Oh, I love that. I love it. I know. I know. Just adorable. Do you? Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, it seems like there's more information later, right? Oh, by the way, you guys, I got a message from one of the squatties, Muriel. Let me show you what she just shared with me. I almost forgot. I did see it a minute ago. And thank you, Muriel. I did not notice it. I just knew he looked rather strange and overly animated. But Muriel says that William appears to be a bit bruised. Do you guys see that? He does look a bit rough and crusty, but see there on the right side of his face? Is that a bruise? Is that a bruise? Yeah, neither of us are saying it is, but she's just asking the question, is that a bruise? It says William arrived at the reading-based hospital sporting a typically sophisticated by casual ensemble, with the visit arriving just one day after his sister-in-law released her new TV series. Yeah, rough trade, huh? Rough trade. Yeah, rough trade. Ain't that how you say it? He has some rough trade. I don't know. His face does look weird. Kind of puffy, and it looks like he has a mark on the right side. It does. And I can't remember which reporter it was. It's that one. Is it Carol Malone? Whoever the reporter is, she's always on Jeremy Vine, and she says she hates the beard. There are a few people that hate the beard. It is not very becoming for him. I'm going to admit that he's taken a couple of pictures where he actually looked kind of okay. But most of them, he just looks very strange. But his face is very animated and not in a good way. He gives that psycho vibe. Thank you, Cookies and Cream. Everyone, please continue to pray for the Sussexes, each other, and the world. Let's see. Thank you, Baron. I watch you every day getting ready for work. As work so hard and makes my day. Oh, thank you, Carolyn Teal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love the fact that people are like, going about their day and that I can help keep them company and the rest of the squad can help keep them company. I like that. I've never met her. He's very. I've never met her. If you never met her, then why are you talking about her? Why are you talking about somebody you never met? Okay, one more time. Do you guys like the way I put those cookies in the background? I added those. I went and found a picture of some thumb cookies and I put that in the background. They help kind of add a little extra something to it. And a little kiss for Archie. That is so sweet. And Lily looks so cute, doesn't she? Lily looks so cute. Look, she's got her hair pulled back just like mommy. Look. She's got her hair and that's so sweet. They went and got a little step stool so that she could participate. I love that. I love that. That's Kelly Zafin. Don't know who that is. Oh, that's Claire Wake Keller with the dark top on, I think. This is so much better for Harry and Meghan. Good thing they're away from that other place and that they have the freedom to enjoy their lives with their kids, with Doria. So glad for them. Oh, thank you, Ms. Z. Aw, so cute. Oh, and do make sure you go to the Instagram. Megan did post this video on her Instagram, and if you do go over there, you can like it, love it, or whatever. Give it the heart, so that it'll go viral or whatever. But yeah, when and if you do go over to Instagram, make sure you always stop by Megan's Instagram. I'm trying to see how many views this video has. How do you do that? Oh, 1.5 million views. 1.5 million views, I think. Very nice. And the original, if you go to the original, you can hear the different music. She has a different music. I didn't know if it was a copyright, so I put something that I could use. But if you do go over there, you can listen to their music. Hello, Ivy here. Hey, Ivy. Right? Ivy, I just remembered you sent me a message and I opened it and I didn't read it yet. I got to go back and read it. I'm so sorry about that. I just realized that I didn't read it yet. I was multitasking. Do forgive me. I will go in and check it out tonight. Yep. I don't think I read it as of yet, but I will. Okay, love you guys. I'm gonna go. And I will see you all later today or tomorrow, whichever comes first. Okay. All right. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. And thank you to all of the members, especially the new member that we got today, TT Jones. Thank you very much. Look at Poola. Poola just wants some food, y'all. Poola is hungry. Look at Poola. Poola's like, I'm hungry. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. I like that pasta salad. I'm hungry. Yep. Be like, Ma, make me another one of them pasta salads. That sure enough was good. Yep. Poola's like, I want some more of that pasta salad. That pasta salad gave me my life. Yeah, these slides are from yesterday. Claire Wait Keller, that's the designer of the wedding dress. She shared those on the Instagram. I hope everybody watched the entire interview. I did. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. Lorraine Kelly said she, I thought that Drew Barrymore, she really sits up close. Well, it looked like somebody got close to Lorraine Kelly. Too close for comfort. Nice. Very nice. Yep. Somebody laid hands, it looked like, and it don't look like they was praying when they laid hands to it. You know, sometimes people lay hands so they could pray, and then sometimes they lay hands because the ancestors sent them. Yeah, sometimes they lay hands because it was the ancestors that sent them. Delphina is so beautiful. I love Delphina. I love Delphina. I bet she's a great mom. I mean, it's just like, you know how some people dream about running away with the circus or running away with a band or something like that? I think if I was about to run away, I would run away with Nacho and his family. I know I'm going to eat good. I know I'm going to travel, right? And so you'll see the world. You're going to eat very well. And of course, you know, you got to play polo. That's going to be the hard part, trying to get me up on a horse. But yeah, I would run off with with Nacho and his family. Yeah, I think I would do that. Living on a ranch in Argentina and grooming horses and stuff like that. I could do that. I could do that. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people in California, they will hire a nanny that can speak Spanish. But I would imagine that Meghan has given some lessons, and also a lot of kids nowadays, you know, going to school and such, especially in California, you can learn a second language because, you know, you're hanging out at your best friend's house or something like that. Oh, thank you so much. Cookies and Cream says, everyone, please go to IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and give Meghan a good rating. Yeah, because you know what? The Derangers are very well organized and they love to go into the social media and give bad ratings, even though they haven't even watched it. And they were probably going to say something nasty to begin with. But that is an excellent idea, Cookies and Cream. The IMDb and the Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, Sussex Team Warrior. Let me see. All right. I just put a Sussex friendly space at the top of the chat. So make sure you guys go over there and like and share and subscribe. Oh, you create a princess by being a queen. Oh, that is so nice. I like this video. You guys, there's a video on Sussex Team Warrior dedicated to Doria. I like that. It says, you create a princess by being a queen. We see you, Doria. Wait a minute. What does it say? We see you, Miss Raglan. I love that. I love that quote. You create a princess by being a queen. Fantastic. Yeah, so you guys have to go over so you can see it. It's dedicated to Doria. There we go. This is a photo that I captioned a long time ago. Grace, dignity, pride. Thank you, Doria, for passing the torch to your amazing daughter. Yeah, I love that. Oh, Marshar, I'm sorry. I must have missed it. Sorry about that. You know, I'm multitasking, so I don't see everything. But thank you so much. You're very thoughtful. Okay, y'all, we can't stay on here all night. So I'm fixing to go. 883 people. I'm fixing to go. I've been looking at reruns of the Beverly Hillbillies. Can you tell? I reckon you can tell from the way I've been speaking with this drawl, my Southern drawl, my very colorful colloquiums. No, he's not the mayor of Montecito. He's just the A Big Back Fred. Yeah, that's his code name is Big Back Fred. Well, you guys, our Duchess has done it. She has delivered a fine lifestyle show. Now the hard part is waiting for the next episodes and the next and the next. Thank you, Poliva girl. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Yvonne Clark? I think you're right about that. I think that Megan may have heard me mention pot stickers. You know, I've never cooked them like that before. But I wanna try it though. I wanna try it. I'm gonna try to cook it like that. I'm not gonna make them from scratch though. That I'm not gonna do, but yeah, I love my pot stickers. Yeah, but they look so good. And when I do cook them like that, I'm gonna make sure I throw them on the countertop, just like, Megan. You know, as a nod to Megan, I'm gonna go and flip them over and throw them on the countertop. I think they'll taste better like that. I think that's what my pot stickers have been missing. You have to toss them on the countertop. That was very sweet, though. I love that. And you know, when I hear people say that Megan is showing what a perfectionist she is, obviously they're not looking at the same program. Megan is not trying to be a perfectionist. She's, you know, when it comes to the kitchen, she's great at some things and other stuff. She's just like everybody else. And she's not pretending to be, um, Julia Childs. It's a lifestyle show. And, presentation is important, but for the most part, you want to cook it and cook it well and plate it properly and everything. But there's nothing rigid or fussy about the way she cooks. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and look at the pot stickers again tonight. I wanna I saw the way they cooked them, but was that just water or whatever on top of them? I gotta look at that again. I thought it was like something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, really? There's a storm? Oh my goodness, be careful. Oh, okay. All right, you guys. I'm going to go for real this time. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. I will see you next time. No bad energy.